And we're live. We have on a special night with us a Across the Pond edition, which means we are talking to somebody from the UK, from Colchester, England. We have one half of UFS and Pals, Rio Gopaul. Rio, thank you for coming and taking the time out of your day to join us on this almost over Sunday, or for you, a newly started Monday.
Yeah. Hi everyone. I'm Rio. I'm one of the players in the UK. We have two play groups, the Sheffield play group and the Colchester play group. And I'm from the Colchester play group, the one with Joe Hill in.
Okay. So, let me think. Now we're going to be talking to Rio for a little bit. We're going to be looking at a Ringman deck. And then we have a service announcement, / rant, / soapbox, / melodrama, / wrestling promo.
There'll be locked camera on me for that time.
Yes, there will be plenty of cameras. Not as much spinning, but plenty of cameras. Okay, so first off, Rio, tell us, aside from what playgroup you're in, how long have you been doing the game?
I've been playing UFS. It was when I was really young, actually, because I'm only 17 at the moment. But I was playing UFS with my brother when it first came out. I was playing this I was really young, so it was just a case of, this is the shiny card in my hand. I want to play this first. Because it's childlike mentality. So I was like, this is a Shoyu Repper. If I wing a 6, I can play this card. So I did, and that's pretty much where I went with my decks. I've improved since, obviously. Not to sound arrogant. It was just because of the UK Nats. I've come consistently since I've been going to them, because I didn't get into the competitive scene until about the beginning of Red Horizon 2. So I started going to UK Nats. The first one I went to, I played as Mr. Karate and did really bad. Then realised that it's not the best of things to run too far away from 0, just so you can live longer. You can do a lot more stuff than that. And I came across my favourite character in the game, Goro, and one of my pet decks, Clark. And I've done very well with them at the moment, so I'm pretty happy with them. Because I topped in both singles and teams with Goro at the last UK Nats.
Alright. Just actually went through a bunch of the questions I was going to ask. So that's what I would like. What's your favorite of what you've seen from Mega Man?
From Mega Man? To be honest, judging from what I've heard about what people have got in plans for it, Pharaoh Wave. Because that's tap your board or I draw some cards. That sounds really good on a +1 high with them numbers.
Yeah, it's a very, very solid card. I mean, I think it's going to compete a bit with Shiranui on 2 of its symbols, but still, its numbers allow it to do damage a lot more. And Joe's back.
Yes. Sorry about that. Mother with a recently replaced hip, so I am kind of at her beck and call, plus it's her birthday today. So I'm really at her beck and call.
Tell her happy birthday after the show.
Yeah, I'd say the same too, yeah.
I've already cooked her breakfast and dinner and given her the Hobbit. I think I'm good. But I will tell her happy birthday from the UFS community. Alright, what else do we got? We cover achievements?
Yeah, we covered Dark Souls.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Besides Legacy Nationals, I was actually, after I flopped with Mr. Karate and did really, really bad, I played Legacy Nats and I came second as King. I think I'm on record.
You played that deck?
I played. I'm sure you guys remember Signature Star if you played through that time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it was pretty much my turns were. I didn't like the idea of Legacy being too difficult because I was still very young. I think I'm the youngest on record, the youngest player in UFS to top an event. Well, at least to make top 4, because I was 15 at the time, and I was playing a king deck that when end it all, so I didn't have to play the response wars, or I'd have inhuman perception, or I'd have ways of punishment to get rid of everything in your hand, and I'd use signature style and rare card to ready king, and just I ran an 8 attack deck of 4 overhand throw, 4 fling and half Nelson. So yeah, I was really happy with that. But yeah.
So you just go like, here's my hand. I have no attacks. Play them all from the yard. And you just
Yeah,
like,
it was reveal my hand. I probably don't have a hand, even if I do. It doesn't really matter. Overhand throw, fling and half Nelson, fling and half Nelson, into more and more and more, and you know that your life. You just watch your life go down. It was fun.
Sounds like
yeah,
a really
Legacy is kind of taking a fall across, since obviously the company's not Jasper's not supporting it directly anymore, but like the last year where Legacy was still getting some play for events, I looked at your guys' decks. Like there was the Pirate Raid Natali deck that I saw, and I'm like, that's really cool.
That was
because Pirate Raid saw 0 play back in the day, and I'm like, someone's played Pirate Raid. Oh my God, somebody loves that card. Yay. Or the Chileans when they came up, the Chileans who had these crazy decks they post. I'm like, what does this do?
Yeah.
Like crazy little combo decks for their nat when they had their Legacy Nats.
It was only until because I felt quite ill the night before. I was very ill, and I ended up playing one game against my brother, who always takes me up there. He takes me up there because I'm still obviously not that old enough to go up there all on my own by myself. So he was playing he was playing a controlling variant, which was different, but he was playing the Nimble Assassin Evil Plans, the stupid damage throw. Yeah. He didn't want to play Ukiyo, the 7-hand Ukiyo, who went permanently reduce my hand size and then get both of the key cards out turn 1, and then you had a turn to deal with it or you died. But he was playing a controlling variant as M Bison, which is really strange. And he was laughing really loud in the tournament because he was using M Bison and revealing a what was that? Rakuo Foundation, the one that ends their turn. I've forgotten what it was.
I know the card.
Something of the seas, I think.
I know the action. You mean?
Yeah, the action.
Pull of the Tides.
Pull of the Tides. That was the one. He was ending people's turn by them revealing a Pull of the Tides, which I thought was hilarious. Exactly. It was great.
That. I wanted more abilities like that back in UFS.
Yeah.
And that was
Yeah, that was the thing.
No, I don't want Pull of the Tides back. I want M Bison.
No, you will not escape.
Bison.
No, he's talking about you will not escape Bison. That's what he's talking about.
You will not escape.
Isn't that like the
the old action, the Mitsurugi one? Oh my god. Oh my lord, that card.
Yeah.
It reminds me of who played Void King. Dear lord. I'm glad control isn't so heavy and standard as it used to be.
Give me time. Give me time.
Well, with the new Pharaoh man, we might get a bit more of a aggressive control under order, but it's creeping its way back in.
I think Death is the big control symbol. Going to be the big control symbol after Mega Man.
Which one was that? Sorry, I didn't actually quite catch that.
I said I think Death will be the big control symbol after Mega Man.
Yeah. We've heard some really scary things about Skullman. Our play group is, mostly Joe, as in Joe Hill, has been talking about how he's been abusing. He's got this idea of going Mourning the Lost, 4 copies of this, and the new Skullman one that says when it's discarded, draw card. So tons of draw, and then he figured out that he could Powerful Assassin back up the one that says when you discard it, draw card. So you can Powerful Assassin it up, then discard and draw 1 and draw 2. So that was good. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Death has a lot
It
of
was
reasons.
good.
Oh, Death.
Powerful Assassin's a good card.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think
Tell
that
him
was
to try this. Tell him to try the same exact thing, but put it in Death Garrett.
Death Garrett, yeah. Death Garrett seems to be the character to play at the moment, with Novice, Robert's Flip Kick, and Divine Tribulation.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The Tribs.
Yeah.
Trib win.
Speaking of which, the other idea that was sort of fun in our play group is that everyone is very iffy on Wiley. What are your guys' thoughts on him before I tell you this? Wiley, do you think he's a threat or not?
As he is, I'll go first on this one. As he is, I think his cards are not like if you play him as this blow up the board, keep control plan, you can win. The problem, I think he'll win like 8. He might do really well at 1 or 2 events, and then people who have the cards, like you're gonna have to take bet slots to deal with. Like you're gonna have to play like Long Journey. You're gonna have to play the Astute Observer. Like those are gonna be the big cards.
It's only 3 symbols though.
I know, but those are if you're gonna play those symbols. If you fear Wily, there'll be some people who are just gonna play those cards and play those symbols.
Yeah. It seems like the card's the main deck against him. Well, yeah.
I think Wily is going to be really strong with Madariku. It's the Darkstalkers 10 asset. You destroy a ready foundation after you play an attack. Yeah. So you always just destroy one of theirs once per turn, and then you get back a blank. So you destroy a blank every turn for it, and then you can tap for +4 damage, and then then you trigger the rest of the abilities. So he can throw gigantic damage moves every turn while whittling away your foundations. It's just really dependent on getting Madariku out in that scenario. So I think that with the throws before rotation will be really crazy. After rotation, we have to see more attacks, see what's in Darkstalkers. Like some of his attacks are good, like Flying Fortress Buster's insane, Holographic Buster's insane.
Yeah.
No.
I guess he was holding his finger up when he mentioned
I'm like, I will save my. I'm like, not gonna say anything yet. I'm gonna save it for later.
But
saving it for later.
But yeah, I think Wily play him as an aggressive deck will be good.
My thoughts on Wily are very simple. Wily will be using very bare minimal of his own support. You'll use some things like Holographic Buster, some of his foundations, but aside from that, the support they gave him in the starter deck seems to be focusing on an entirely different Wily that we don't know about that has yet to be released. Because the character card has nothing to do with Ally. But the majority of his support, save for some sprinkling here and there, is nothing but Ally.
It's split down the middle.
Well, I mean, Mark's not here, so we can make that Whopper deck.
But seriously.
No, but I
Double cross.
But Wily will be built with a lot of other characters' support that focus more on that destruction theme and less on his individual stuff.
Yeah. So the idea that they've now told me is that if you go Shell Kick, Morrigan's 4th attack.
Yes.
So that blows up 1. Then you go Robert's Ryugen Kayaku for another +4. So it gets to that maximum 5 very quickly.
Yep.
And then then itself it gives it +4 damage as well on the end of that ability. So it goes up to, I think it's 13 or 14 damage. So +4, no, +5, +4 is I'm bad at maths. 8 plus 13, I think it's 13. And then if you can wing it, play Divine Trip afterwards because the Divine Trip will come in for 12 each.
You also got that Madariku committal.
Yeah, Madariku.
Madariku middle, and now that we know that he has all life is prey.
Yeah,
the all life
yeah.
is what's put +1 on all life is prey for difficulty, and what's changed the card. Like that's what they did. And then what the problem is, I actually agree. Some people said to me like, oh, why didn't they just reprint all life is prey? I'm like, because at 2 difficulty, that card is too good now.
Yes.
Yeah, and it said commit a foundation, not commit it.
Yeah.
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 It was repeatable damage bump on that way.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's gonna be crazy in extended. Like I think one of the decks in extended at Origins is gonna be a Wily deck with all life is prey.
Yeah,
just
think
boom,
about it. Then
boom,
you
boom,
get
boom.
Need to Destroy, Maniacal Laughter. You get all the sort of stuff like that, the start of like Kazuya stuff that blows itself up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, there could be a great board control Wily deck in extended. That's where we're gonna see. That's where we're gonna see that man shine.
All right, what else we got?
Sorry, I got distracted looking at Wily stuff to prove a point.
Yeah. I've noticed that. Did you guys actually pick up on that? One of his cards says, one on his attack it says, response card pool.
Yes.
On an attack. Yeah. It's where else would that trigger?
Well, it means that
response card pool after you play it. It's what it says on the card. It's a free different attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The main reasoning is just that's how they're doing templating now. Just for it to conform with everything else, because every other response from here on outwards will say where it is that you would do it.
Okay.
So it's more to conform with templating than to say, oh, you could do it somewhere else.
Yeah, I guess to avoid it, yeah.
Yeah. Because there's always going to be that person that'll look at a card and be like, well, it says discard. Does it mean discard from the card pool? Does it mean discard from my hand?
Yeah.
discard my momentum.
Yeah.
There is the people I have played, like Matt and I have played UFS for a long time. Let me tell you, we have gotten some rulings through some judges that they had to agree with us because they were like at the top there were so many cards that there was at what before I think it was set for, released 4 forward. They specify where discard happened, and all the cards weren't updated, but they didn't care to do it. So there was a crazy thing you could do with some older cards that were like to make some crazy discard effects happen.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Yeah,
It's pretty strange.
the older companies didn't think ahead too much, and I think right now with Tim Keefe doing standard and practices to get everything kind of unified under this.
Yeah.
Here's how it works. Here's where it happens. The bracket system's going to be a little hard at the start. Yeah, the bracket system's going to be a little hard at the start, but once it gets going, it's going to be perfect, and it's really a great thing needed.
Like I noticed it first on Dr. Kozak. He says enhance brackets twice per turn. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, his restrictions there. It's at the beginning and not at the end.
Yeah, it just cleans up the text a lot. All right.
Actually, about Dr. Kozak, what are your guys' thoughts on him? If you don't mind us talking about that.
I love talking about Mega Man. So, for me,
yeah. Sorry, I'll let you go. Yeah, sorry.
no, I'll just he's before rotation. He's nuts with all the Super Skullman stuff, like putting heroes trainings on top, checking them, and be like, oh hey, +5 damage to my Zing, cool.
Yeah.
So he's really, really strong with those in the beginning. And then after rotation, what I don't like about him is a lot of other 5-hand size characters. They either have some sort of way to like cheat drawing extra cards, or cheat protecting themselves, like Goro and Clark that you were mentioning that you like so much.
Yeah.
He has a way to make it so you always can pass your checks essentially, and he has free damage pump. But I don't think that's enough. Like, if he, started the game with Cossack Citadel in play, he'd be nuts, but...
Tim won't let me search my deck at the start of the game. We've already confirmed this.
I noticed there was something similar that Garrett was doing that I've noticed you can do with him, is if you use the Silent Assassin, the Duo Ultra Rare Foundation. They remove a card in their hand. Cossack, put it on top. Citadel, put it back in, and it goes in range.
That is one thing
that's
you can
really
do.
good.
Really abusive. You can also do that with the King Found. Yeah, with Miska. But no, there's the King Foundation. The one that puts 2 cards in a card pool.
It's
Unquestionable loyalty.
Unquestionable loyalty. You can just put that in do that multiple times in a turn with Cossack Citadel.
Yeah, that's good. I actually quite like that. Didn't think of that.
You tornado kick build. Yeah, you could tornado kick with him. How about that? That could be kind of
Wiley. Not Wiley.
Tornado kick, the tornado kick Cossack. That could be a deck.
To be honest, I had an idea that I was going to go for Mourning the Lost, for breakfast, and just go nuts.
Mm-hmm. If you have the ability to do that build, do it. It's so fun to run. Like I ran, what was the? I ran an all deck that I was testing at one point. I was like, these cards should not exist together. They're too good.
Yeah.
The chances you're going to play against another 5 hand sizer are so low. It's like playing Mr. Like I wish like Mr. Karate was like the character that got me, one of the characters I played when I got back in, and I really want to play him before rotation somehow. I'm gonna play him with Shield Rams, but I just can't wait to play Mourning the Lost with him. Like, all right, cycle cards. Yay, I'm still in the game.
Yeah. That, Mr. Karate was the character I started playing when I got into the competitive scene. Well, I tried to begin with.
The 438?
Yeah. The thing is with new players is that I feel they're best off stuck with a 6 hand size, sort of around 27 to 30 to begin with. Mm-hmm. So, because I was put with a 7-hander, and moves as a 7-hander is quite difficult when you're getting into the competitive scene. Because if you make one wrong move, it can really hurt you. Yeah, it'll kill you.
Yeah. Like so that's the problem. I realized. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I just finished. I had the mentality until I was still young. I had the mentality to run the furthest I could away from 0, and I went right the way up to 38. That seemed like a good idea. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's fine. But it's, like we have someone new player in our area. I started him off with Lilith because that's just one of the Darkstalkers characters he liked. He's just been getting destroyed because he's a 19 vitality and he's just still making mistakes because he's still learning. Yeah. And so we're bringing him up to like Mega Man with the new set. See how well he can do with that.
Is this because there's 2 ways of playing Lilith, I've noticed. There's a Void variant that uses Sagaki Offering, and there's a variant that's Etin Cells and Mistral, the 2 what's her face? Elizabeth attacks.
Yeah, Elizabeth attacks.
Yeah, there we go. Got there in the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like he's gonna revisit it at some point, but he likes Mega Man a lot. He's hyped.
You want about 628 Mega Man?
Yeah.
Oh well, the only one we've got at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like. He's really good with. Have you guys tried that out? There's one of Kim's foundations that says response commit after you discard a card that you can commit a card that shares a symbol with it in your opponent's staging area. Yeah,
I haven't tried that with him. I've used it in Garrett decks before. Well, using Kevin's Garrett deck. He had it at one point.
Is it only was it share with him? Is it good?
Air?
I
think. Oh, good. It's good.
Yeah, good. Yeah. I was like a bit puzzled.
I don't know why I keep thinking Kim has air.
Yeah.
We always thought Kim has air.
He's because he's a kicker. All the kicks seem to have air.
Alright. Do we want to shift over to this Ringman deck? Or do you got more stuff you want to say, up?
Has he promoted his podcast yet at all?
Oh yeah. Do you want to talk about your podcast at all?
Well, mine. Mine is, you can check it out if you type in UFS Pals. This is bad videoing with really good decks and discussion at the end. So it sort of saves itself. But we've got quite a few videos up actually of me and Dan Austin who play, and he's also in my playgroup. And we're waiting until Mega Man comes out until we make another video. But it's definitely worth checking it out. It's good. It will teach you a lot about the game if you just skip to the end even, or the second part, or if it's in a full part, just go to the end and listen to the discussion. Because we talk through our decks, how they work, how you should interact in certain situations, the sort of ins and the outs of competitive play.
Yeah, the more information about UFS out there, the better. I want more people to make videos like this, and for all of us to just keep sharing each other's stuff.
You know, I'm kind of wondering if Dave and Drew are going to start up Kung Fu training again as we get closer to Gen Con.
Oh, right. I never actually caught that. I would be quite interested in that, to be honest.
Well, they don't. I'm hoping to start up a Twitch stream of my own soon. The plan was initially for waiting for Darkstalkers to come out, but kind of waiting on
that a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we were just heavily alluding to this thing.
Alright.
And then, Joe, sorry, just I thought I'd like to shout out this. Joe Hill's actually got his own one.
Yep.
His name is Joseph. He's got Grey Warriors is what they call it. It's kind of fitting. They've got really, really good videoing on that. He's got all the borders and everything, unlike ours, which is just, we shoot it raw, that's how we like it. So, you know, ours are raw and his is like the finesse of it.
Yeah. Speaking of which, guys, of course, as always, go to the FundMe site for Joe Hill. Help him get to Gen Con. You'll love the man. He's a pleasant, pleasant fellow.
Unlike the rest of the community. No.
Well, let me just put it this way. He keeps his clothes on more than the most of the community.
Oh, right. That's the first I've heard.
Plus, he may be able to beat Giggles in the ice cream eating competition. I'm not sure, but I have a feeling.
I think, like, we don't do that stuff. Like, we heard that, like, there was a hot dog eating contest or something. We were like, what is this? Like, we don't do that in the UK. We just, like, I don't know, we go to like Weatherspoons and have like really, really bad food. That's our tradition.
That's
we
a
talk about the old card game Raw Deal. Do you guys know that? Raw Deal, the old wrestling card game.
Right here, sir.
Yeah. We used to talk about that. It's what we do every Nationals. We were talking about like crazy cards that if they would ever be printed in UFS would be stupid, like Clothesline from Hell. You just sit there with your hand and be like, is there an uncommon and bang? You have cards that just hit on it.
Man, I wish I had more time to play that game.
Yeah.
But
then it was just
when I started college, I got really into it for like 2 or 3 years, the last 2 or 3 years of the game, and I loved it because Rochester, luckily New York, our place in New York was like, we were like the center of the meta for that game, and like the last year for Worlds qualifiers at Gen Con, I went with my group, and one of the guys from my store, Mike Bauman, won that event playing this deck that we came up with. All right, we had to roll a dice on who got to play that deck because we knew whoever played that deck was going to win that format. And he goes, he picks up a d20, he rolls a 20, and I'm like, well, I played my Shane O'Mac deck. Let's have a good day. Good luck, everybody.
Who did he win with?
He played Evolution with he was playing Over the Ropes. And you go play Over the Ropes, and you just play gigantic moves with Evolution.
All right.
And your game is not supposed to last more than 5 turns.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Yeah.
So there were crazy cards that come out of that. Like,
yeah, there was.
Offer a handshake, I think. All those
it was offer. It was it was a really fun deck though. It was really well designed. I came in top 8 of the classic version, the classic division that year. I played a Road Dog deck where I just kept milling my opponents out, and everybody's like, I'm like poke, shake, like all like the little poke moves, and I'm just like getting down to get ahead of them, and then I play comeback if they get on top of me. It was the funniest deck ever. Like I didn't think I was gonna do well with it, and then I like got the top 32, played a 4-hour game in the top 32 because the guy was playing all these shuffling effects. And I finally had to play I finally found a way to beat him. And then I lost in 5 minutes in the top 8. Oh, that game was fun.
Yeah.
I love that game. I love it way too much. I own the engine for that game. I'm trying to make a new game with it. It's not going well.
All right.
But
let's go on to Ringman.
Yeah, let's go on to Ringman. I agree.
Before I start talking about my favorite dead card games.
My favorite day, I got an edge over you guys. My favorite dead card game's coming back at Gen Con.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, isn't that versus system?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all.
We'll see how much has changed and whatnot.
My dead card game has zero chance.
What was yours, out of curiosity, just before we move on?
Lord of the Rings card game.
Alright, I've heard about that.
It was really fun. It was just managed by a company that is not the greatest. They're bankrupt now. That's how poor they were.
Oh, wow, okay.
They had one of the most successful franchise licensings, and they completely ran out of money.
Like, they had Star Wars, Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, and just pissed it all away.
They pissed it all away by trying to make their own card games that were with random things. They made 3 bad games in a row because they lost all the other licenses.
Oh, right, yeah. That'd do it.
Alright, let's get on to the Ringman. Alright, Matt, you took the evil choice instead of the life choice like I did with my build.
Yep. This is just similar. It plays into what Ringman does. I should probably pull up the list. It just has... I wanted to basically... I saw his abilities, and I wanted to justify the price tag on Neofree's execution. He can play it really, really easily on turn 2 and make it a 5-minute for 12 with essentially stun 5.
Wow, that is such a good shout. Neofree with Ringman. And I was sat there thinking, yeah, Geyser. But wow, Jesus.
You also, you can put in Yamasogi as your second move, and it's just auto passes. And after you just do all the base things, it's a 4 low for 11. And you can either lead off with Moon Tracer and they don't block it, and makes these things even faster, or you could just make it a 7 damage throw if you want to switch things around.
Wow.
Flying Fortress is in there because it's another big move that you could throw out first or second. And it's a high block that you can just dunk people with. And Devose is I needed another mid on evil. The attacks, the foundations are all just I put in I think I've done this before into my articles. I put in foundations that look good. There's sometimes synergy, but I just think I just put in what I think is the best on the symbol. There probably could be more 1 difficulties in here when I look at it, but
I am surprised you're not playing his rare foundation.
I don't like it.
Really? You don't like free cards? You don't like speed reduction? You don't like speed bump?
Maybe for the free cards part, but I don't know. It's a 3/5. At the same time, I kind of realize I never put in any other 3/5. So maybe I'll look at that again. But
yo, Matt, can we have a look at the graphs, please? I would actually like to have a look at that.
Yeah.
See,
this is the problem with
what I get. Yeah. That was what I was looking at the most there.
Yeah, that's the problems. That's the problem with theory crafting sometimes, and not actually playtesting. I don't look at these graphs sometimes, and there's giant blocks missing.
He's. I remember there was a deck you came up with like some point last year. Like this looks really good on paper, and then we showed you the block zones, and it was like half the deck didn't have blocks. I'm like, Matt, this is a problem.
Yeah, I tend to do this a lot. Like it's, and the part of the problem is I'm doing all of these decks as only post rotation.
I noticed that. Yeah, it's a good idea though.
Yeah, like I'm just preparing and trying to break away from it. So like, there's a lot of things that would be in here that would probably fix the block scenario, and the 1/5s that I need, because there would be like Girl Like Any Other and whatnot in here, which would give it a bunch more blocks and another 1/5. Because that's the thing, it's like it's being replaced by Succubus, which is a 2/5 with no block.
No, this is not a bad opening hand.
No, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Like it's supposed to be a really aggressive deck, so
You look.
need the block.
If you hit like a train, would it matter? That's what you can ask yourself.
Yeah, like you turn 2 a Neo Freeze. It's like, okay, I might die.
Yeah. You gotta be careful though. If you hit the wrong character into desperation, like Mature or Iori or someone. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's definitely some, like it definitely could happen with that issue.
Like a lot of my deck builds for the post rotation, like I just need Darkstalkers just to have more things in general, like just having more 1/5s period to be able to play that have blocks on them. Will make these decks a lot smoother. But I definitely think him with Neo Freeze, I think, is a stronger play than Trinity Geyser. Just because it's more raw damage, and it's like it's not as its trick of just the combo of committing 3 things is one slightly harder to answer than card draw, because there's a lot of anti-card draw and people run a bunch of it. And like if you get rid of this stuff, it's like I don't care. It's still a 5 for 12.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not to mention, if you look at this, Neo Freeze versus Trinity Geyser, you only really need 1 Revoke to almost shut it down. Here you need at least 2 canceling effects to shut down the stun.
Yeah.
So you're wasting 2 cards as opposed to 1, which is a much better trade-off and more in favor of Neo Freeze.
If you hover over Ringman just a second, I want to check his wording.
Go over to Ringman, Joe.
While he's ready,
Your
your
second attack in a turn. So yeah, the reversal part of any of most of them. Wow, yeah. That's good. Oh no, it says your turn. Oh right.
Yeah, it's your turn. Yeah.
I was gonna be like, okay, well,
your turn. Yeah. But I mean, he gets that free draw on your. If your opponent tries to progress turn against you, you get to draw a card for free, which I think is great. You're like, did you play a second attack? Draw.
Does this count as their blocks now? Because it doesn't say not as a block, but there's been a lot of dispute about this. I was always taught that Power of the Edge was the right ruling, but I'm never sure anymore. As in, because it said attack card.
The official ruling is when you play an attack as a block, it no longer is constituted as an attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's going to be, when this set comes out, there will be a new rule sheet. We'll probably do a whole show about it.
Oh God.
Yep.
Yeah, so now that you said it,
we're gonna get. I think we're gonna ask him for the highlight update, like pretty much on it, and like what do we really need to make sure people are aware of, and we'll probably have a video about it.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's wording. A lot of it's gonna be wording. A lot of it's gonna be this. Like I understanding is there's been multiple ideas on how reversal exactly is going to occur, and it's gonna be in the brackets of like this is how reversal works from beginning to end until the card enters your like what happens to the card type of thing. Because like at one point reversal was you negate the reversal effect, the card sticks in your card pool. You negate the reversal effect, the card gets discarded and put in your discard pile. Your opponent continues. Like there's all these weird things. I'm like, here is exactly how it works. Here's where you negate. Here's how far you have to proceed in the reversal ability before it can be negated. Like all that stuff needs to be straightened out. But yeah, a lot of things are going to get cleaned up, which is big.
I'll give this one because this I think it stopped a game for about half an hour. We were wondering what happens if your opponent's right. Here's the situation. It's been Leona Blade, and you're playing Leona. Your opponent's blocked you, and to the block they play a reversal. So, because reversals to a block, when you go to try and stop it with Leona Blade, does it not resolve fully? Because it's now dropped from the couple during the block step, not after it's resolved or any of the damage.
Oh, it's a weird thing.
Was really difficult.
Yeah.
Like it pretty much goes where like when you play a reversal and there's Leona Blade in the card pool, they have to reveal the card, make the check, and like you have to like revealing the card as the response, and like making the check as a part of the response. And then that's when it's like it's where you have to make at least the check,
really
and then
tricky.
you can make it.
Yeah,
that's why it's
yes,
it's gonna get all cleaned up. Like I think the amount of hours that have been put in by the judge, I like to call it the standards and practices group, but at this point, and like they've put the effort in. A lot of people have put effort in to have this work properly, and we will see what happens.
The one of the other changes that I've read that's coming, just one that I know people talk about because a lot of people have been hyping Quick Boomerang. There is going to be a change for powerful. You have to discard at least one momentum now.
Okay. Yeah, I remember them saying something about it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Whoever bought out Quick Boomerangs thinking that the old ruling works, I might feel bad for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's still good.
Momentum generation, so it'll still be an insane card.
Yeah, I agree.
I still want it. I have a card combo with it that I don't know how many people have seen yet.
I think that card's gonna be
2 cards together, or is it a certain combo?
It's just one card thrown before, one attack thrown before it. I'm probably giving it away at this point, but
good lead.
Well, the idea, one of our guys said it was Kyo, the ruler time Kyo, because you can gain momentum for it really easy. That's good.
Ooh.
Yeah, like there are a lot of good ways to abuse it. So, and Fortress of Bones out of In Chaos will be a good way to give you a lot of momentum for it.
Kyo's Jacket.
Yeah, Kyo's Jacket. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a rare. Like Kyo's support from like Ruler of Time is gonna definitely start seeing some like stake play. Like people are gonna start wanting to looking at those cards. Like I'm looking at I have 2 jackets in my binder, and I never thought I was gonna want to get rid of them. And I'm like, now I don't want to because they're kind of gonna be good.
Yeah. Like the only thing that people did with Jacket before was either Piercing Howl or Living with Determination. I'm glad that we've got more tricks to Jacket.
Yeah.
Best trick is Snake Man.
Yeah.
It was respawn.
They all seem to be hyping about Snake Man over here. He seems to be like the powerhouse that's coming.
You gotta know.
He's the black sheep. He's the guy that like he looks great on paper. There will definitely be at like I hope at the PTC in Omaha in 2 weeks. I think we'll see a Snake Man in the top 8. Probably even in Atlanta in June. But I don't know. I think he's one of those guys that's going to make people have to realize this is a character that is going to be played. Thus, we're going to have to build a deck appropriately so that we are like you're going to be hitting the 12 to 18 low block soon range because of him.
He's definitely going to make an impact, and I'm glad he's an ultra rare because of this.
I agree.
We got 10 minutes left in the show. We're going to turn it over to Jesse because he has to cut his promo because this does need to be said.
Yeah. All right, am I locked on?
You are locked.
Okay. Now, everybody who's friends with me on Facebook is aware. I made a statement over the weekend stating about how I think there's been some words coming out from distributors, friends of mine from the company, and the biggest thing I'm hearing right now is Jasco wants to push back rotation. Right as of the state of the game that was posted after U.S. Nationals this year, we had a listed date of June 1st. This would rotate Red Horizon 1 and 2, and the KOF promos, pretty much the 5.6 point cards. This was our locked-in date. Things that have changed after this point. The shipment of the Mega Man Darkstalkers printing definitely got pushed back over time. Between ships leaving port, ships arriving at port, port delays in the west coast of the United States due to lockdown, it really definitely hurt everything. The second one was... I'm getting a phone call right now. That's really weird. Okay, whatever. I think it's going to be something telling me. 1 second, guys. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Ring, ring, ring. Banana phone.
1 second. I'm sorry, guys. I had to lose my place on this. I think I know exactly what it is, though I'm being messaged about. Oh, shoot. I didn't do my time card. Okay. I'm done here. I got to do my time card immediately, I've been told. Okay. So, here's what's going on. With everything happening in the the company's been slowed down. And right now, we don't have a release date for Darkstalkers. Nationals, the rumor was Darkstalkers is going to be June 1st. Obviously, with pushbacks, that's kind of hurt everything. So here's the next big step here that needs to happen. I think we have to get Jasco to give us a release date for Darkstalkers to confirm, because Darkstalkers is being possibly held back. They want to delay rotation. I want rotation to happen. I don't know how many of you out there are probably feeling the same way, but I want it to happen soon. I want it June 1st. I really think that needs to be stuck with.
I'm willing to. April 13th.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But here are the dates I think we can go with. June 1st. Rotations happen. Let's get Darkstalkers out there. It's got 2 months till Gen Con. It'll get enough time to get it in the flow, get in the market. Yes, it's going to hurt some wallets. But you know what? It was going to hurt some wallets then, or it's going to hurt some wallets at Gen Con. The second date, July 1st. The only way I would agree with this date is if we get a spoiler on June 1st. If spoilers are complete by that date. That gives us about a month and a half to fully build, test, get ready, know what we're going to be looking for, because Gen Con's at the end of July, and we 3 weeks with access to cards, we need to be able to know what we're going for immediately, what we're going to need. Now the date that I don't want to hear, after Gen Con. I don't want to see that happen. I think Darkstalker needs to be released before then. I think we need it legal for Gen Con. We need rotation to happen before Gen Con, and that's our hope and prayer right now. That's my whole 2 cents right now. We're going to see what happens. I hope. I pray. I'm going to I have a little write-up I'm going to put about it, and I'm hoping we get a response this week or in the next week by the company, by Jasco, and just let us know. Tell us what's happening. Keep us in the loop. We're the players. We want to invest in our money in your game, in your company. Keep us informed. Don't hold things back like this. These are big things, especially when you've already given us an announcement for rotation. Let's let it happen.
My wallet's ready to throw money. Make it happen, Jasco.
Exactly. All right.
Is that it?
That's it, guys.
Okay. You said it's like 10 minutes for this. What else do we got? We have articles up on our website now. We're probably going to be posting about 2 to 3 a week. We already have, I believe, 3 up.
Yep.
Oh, thanks to Jesse and Matt.
I'll check them out.
I am not a writer. You'll probably be seeing less articles from me than the other two. If I do post something, then the almighty Pharaoh Man has shined his holy light of fire on me, and I've done something. But you'll more than likely be seeing more articles from Matt and Jesse. I just am simply not a writer. One of the reasons I do this show. That way I don't have to write. You guys can't see punctuation marks when I talk.
Yeah.
Unless you're an editor and visualize the errors.
There will hopefully be, after I'm done with all the characters, articles about a bunch of other things I want to talk about. Articles about Turbo, Extended, changes people maybe want for UFS, just other things in general that people like to talk about UFS. And then there'll be Darkstalker stuff coming up soon that we'll get to talk about.
The fact that it's getting pushed back supposedly kind of threw off the show's timetables as well. We were expecting to start spoilers in May. That may not be the case. So we're just going to have to play it by ear.
See what happens. Also, well, for a couple other announcements, go find your nearest store. Pre-releases next week. Right? Yeah. Go find it. We got a pre-release coming all across the country, hopefully. And then the week after that is the Empire Circuit in Poughkeepsie. If you're nearby that part area of New York, come play in our event. Come hear more about it. We know there are players out there in New York. I've been talking with a few of them. Hopefully we can get them to start showing up to our events. And then, is there another PTC coming up soon? Isn't Omaha also that weekend?
I thought the next one was New Orleans.
Omaha. That's
Omaha.
Omaha
on the release weekend.
Okay, so it's Omaha.
Yeah.
Keenan just messaged me and asked, am I going to New Orleans? And I was like, no. Being a hospital worker limits where I can go and what I can do. I might make Atlanta if we can get the dates settled down.
Yeah, we need to confirm that.
But that's about it. Do we have anything else?
That's it tonight, guys. For me, at least.
No spoilers. That means we end on time.
Not really, no. I'm good.
All right. So we will be back next week with probably another deck video. We may look at an Egyptian god. We may look at a dead man. We may look at something else. Or I could just stream an entire playthrough of Mega Man 2.
No, I think we don't need to do that.
But I can do it in 2 hours. Maybe. Depends on if Airman's stage is merciful enough. Also, as of course, check out Grey Warriors and check out Rio's show. UFS and Pals.
UFS Pals, yeah.
You can go find them on YouTube by looking up Blurred Visionary or UFS Pals.
Yep.
And as always, go like this video on YouTube. Go subscribe to Total Justice Gaming. Go like our Facebook. Check out the website. It's actually up and we're doing things with it now.
Alright. I'd just like to say thank you for having me. It's been great talking to all you guys. I was really looking forward to this and it's really been awesome.
Well, thank you for coming. Alright, and we will see everybody next week.
Night, folks.
Night, everybody.
Night.
Night.